Like hell we're gonna surrender. We'd be singing Urabe's death warrant. Signing. Or singing. A little both. But what are we gonna do? If only we had something to sell. Your Ray-Bans! Sell your Ray-Bans! His fists were gripped so tight they were shaking. Wait. Something else to sell. Where's Mai? We can sell her, right? Oh man, I've almost got it. Sell your soul to Willem Dafoe! First game was supposed to be easy. That was the one with the 100 yen sale. Shidou thought up a way for us to figure out how much that stuff had cost. We turned out right on was the stuffed Hogstein. It's worth 10,000. After that we came in here, found Urabe. Every time we messed up the tank. Yeah, it's the stuffed Hogstein. Easy. Easier than the last one, really. Cool. That's it. The stuffed Hogstein. I think we could sell it too. Sorry, buddy. I like his little socks. He's got little pointy socks. This whole thing? Yeah, let me see it. Grab the toy from Wakasa, tossed it onto the tray. After a moment, you get 10,000 yen for this item. Yes! Nailed it. Coins flew out of the alien's mouth. Ah! Right, we got the thing from the shop outside. God damn, young lady. I have never been so grateful to another human being in my life. Shidou grinned, put his hand on my shoulder, but he barely touched me when his expression changed and he quickly pulled his hand back. Heh, heh, sorry. Huh? Oh, nothing. Well done, Saki. Thanks. Whoa, I totally thought he was going to hug me there for a second. Let out a sigh of relief. Alright, we're back to the cash we started with. But we've only got one more bet to make. Your final item's this. It's Urabe! Certainly any question here, this is your last bet. Doesn't matter what's in that thing, we all know what we're putting down. Our bet is 45,000 American dollars. 10,000, 10,000. 10,000 yen. Correct, we're going all in. Always going all in. I have no idea how this game works. I get that we're full into it. Whew. One heck of a shopping trip. With that, the alien went quiet and another, much more familiar announcement rumbled over the PA. Survived another day. Bazaar Planet completed! Hooray! With a gurgling whoosh, the water in Urabe's tank began to drain. Let's get him out of here. Right! Roger, roger. We opened up Urabe's tank, tilted it to the side, and slowly lifted him out. Oh man, oh gosh. Grabbed his hand and felt for a pulse. Every one of us felt like they were about to cry. This wouldn't have happened without you, Saki. No, we all did this together. Everyone looked at everyone else and nodded. Stage 5 has been completed. You have obtained a reward. Something looked kind of like a receipt came out of the alien's mouth. It had 07/. So, back the / makes it look like it's a date. We have an 07, so 7/7, and then we kind of put the rest of the pieces together. We could do that. Sun something, it was like F1 or something. Sun K977. I don't know. We'll worry about that later. Right now, we need to look after Urabe. Agreed, let's get him out of here. Shidou and Shurabe carried Urabe's unconscious body out of the shop. What, dude? What? You got nothing on him. Damn it! As soon as we'd stepped outside, we heard Hogstein's voice echoing through the speakers. I thought this game was going to be the most dramatic yet. Pretty dramatic. Well, okay, it wasn't as dramatic as day 1, 2, or 3. 3 was pretty dramatic. But you know, hey, it's day 5. We'll give it this one. You'll pick it up on day 6 or 7. Promise. Too bad for you, then. We've got Urabe back. You have my unending gratitude for being so reasonable and agreeing to hand him over. Smile a little bit at Shidou's sarcasm. You better watch yourself when tomorrow rolls around. How rude. He spat out the words and then hung up. I'm so angry at everything. Man, I'm exhausted. That really took a lot of me off. Took it out of me. Oh, we need to warm Urabe up so he doesn't get sick. Right, let's get him to the restaurant. I'll ask the piglets if they can give us anything warm. Because they're so nice to us. As the others picked up Urabe, I ran ahead to the restaurant to get things ready. Things went well today. It didn't explode. And that's a plus for us. I asked the piglets to turn on the heat in the restaurant and they obliged, even going so far as to give me a large towel to dry Urabe off with. I've really been feeling like I can understand them better lately. Saki and piglets. OTP. Okay. I was still thinking about that when the guys finally showed up. Saki! Oh, you're right on time! I just got this towel! Excellent. Let me see if I can take care of him. Thank ya. I handed him the towel. Miyoshi and I can go grab food. Sound good? They headed off toward the counter. I sat down to rest. It looked like we'd been waiting in the restaurant until the hotel arrived. Hope Urabe's gonna be okay. I'm so happy we have Urabe back. It makes me feel a lot better. Can I talk to you? You always do! Oh sure, how's Urabe? We just finished drying him off. Now all we have to do is wait for him to wake up. Okay, cool. Do you think I can borrow you for a moment? I don't like how possessive he gets all the time. Sure, I guess so, Saki said, without my permission. Shirabe, do you mind if we step out for a bit? Sure thing, I'll keep an eye on him. Gave us a dismissive wave and turned back around. Come on. Okay. I wonder what he wants. He goes out there and he's like, are you feeling this? I feel like I'm feeling something, but I don't know if I'm feeling this. Not feeling it, man. So we stepped outside. I felt the night wind brush pleasantly against my skin. About yesterday. Yeah, what about yesterday? You asked why I'm so focused on protecting people. Uh-huh. He turned around and looked straight in my eyes. He didn't want to talk about it yesterday. What changed his mind? I want to just stay quiet and listen to him and don't interrupt him, but I feel like questioning him at least get him to think before he just starts saying stuff to me. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I know, but I want you to know, and I want to tell you. Okay. So, we're both clear, we're both on the same page. I felt my heart skip a beat. Saki, what are you doing? My old man was a detective too. He was, I suppose you could call him old school. Honest, tough, hard-working, never afraid to get his hands dirty. We got on each other's nerves sometimes, but I respected him. Shidou paused for a moment, and he looked a little sad. Did something happen to him? Yeah, he tried to be a good cop, but the men on top didn't want that. Eventually it killed him, and he died with things left undone. I became a police officer just like him, so that I could fix the rotten system that had destroyed him. But I was young and stupid. I thought all I needed to change things was the will to try. If I'd just gotten myself in trouble, that would have been bad enough, but I went farther than that. I was given a lead in an investigation, and my recklessness got my partner killed. After that, I saw what I was turning into, and I promised myself that I wouldn't let it happen. So he's super protective. And definitely not the family man locket guy. So that rules that out. Gave me a bitter smile and shook his head. Thank you for telling me that. I felt kind of bad yesterday after I asked you. But why did you decide to tell me now? I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm doing. To be honest, I really don't know. I guess I just felt like I should. Maybe I just felt like you were the right person. Okay, Shidou, I'll be the right person. Sometimes you need another person to listen to what you're feeling. Yeah, I know what you mean. If talking to me will make you feel better, you can talk to me anytime you need to. Thanks. It's not easy to talk about, but somehow it is with you. I'm glad you were willing to listen. I was happy to. It's awfully nice of him to say. I'm glad he feels better now. My face felt a bit warm, but I gave him a small smile. You think we should go back in, Shidou? Maybe Urabe's woken up? Yes, we should, but don't you think we're friends now? What does that mean? What? Sorry, I'm just trying to say... Do you think you could call me Subaru? I guess. Sure. Thank you. Gave me a short nod and a smile, then turned and walked back toward the restaurant. It was different. Felt kind of nice, though. I smiled to myself and turned to follow Subaru, now inside. Kind of like calling him Shidou. I don't know how I feel about calling him Subaru, but alright. We stayed at the restaurant for a little longer, but Urabe didn't wake up. The time came for the hotel to arrive, so we lifted his unconscious body and carried him down to the dock. Like you do. How is he? Looks like his fever still hasn't gone down. We should probably leave him alone for now. Went to check on Mitarashi, who was still deep asleep. Didn't want to wake him, so headed back to Urabe's room. I think Mai can keep an eye on Mitarashi for now. This seems like a good time to talk about what we're going to do going forward. You mean what we're gonna do about Urabe? Right. I'd like to hear everyone's opinion. We're gonna need to listen to what Urabe has to say when he gets up, too. I'm convinced there's more to these games than we're seeing. We touched on this last night, but I think all of us were here for a reason. Then I guess we need to find out what the reason is, huh? Shirabe, you said you came here because you were investigating something, correct? What exactly was it? Well, we've come this far together. I guess I owe you that much. Rubbed his hand over his beard for a few minutes before we began to talk. This was 10 years ago or so. A city bus crashed through the center divider at night and hit a car. Bus flipped, caught fire, killing most of the people on the bus and the family in the car. Shirabe's on the investigation. Not is any of these people. Interesting. My mentor, a magazine reporter, was caught up in that whole thing. Wait, a bus accident 10 years ago? You mean the one in Kaneda? Yeah, you know anything about it? My father was involved in the investigation. A link? How did we not get this until now? He was what? Oh, you mean as a police detective? Yes. Huh, you sure know a lot, Saki. Had a feeling I knew what he was hinting at, but I decided to ignore it for the time being. You sure know a lot, Saki. He's getting super sassy lately. That crash. Hey, rise and shine, sleepyhead. Urabe. It was my father's fault. We hadn't even noticed Urabe wake up, but when he turned around, he was already sitting up in his bed. What the hell is that supposed to mean? That was why I decided to help Hogstein. What? Oh. What do you mean? Talk, Snow Globe Man. Whatever my reasons might have been, I put all of you in danger and I can never be forgiven for that. I should have died in that explosion. No, stay there. You're not answering our questions. Tell us why you did this. I should have died. It was looking like Urabe wasn't really hearing what we were saying. What really bothered me was that he kept saying that he should have died. We're also happy to hear that everyone had survived the explosion, and we all worked really hard to save Urabe and get him back. Now freaking tell us. I don't care what he thinks he did wrong. How could he act like his life's so important after all of that? Okay, this is getting a little repetitive. Saki seems to be getting triggered by very slight things. and it's actually a little frustrating. Her self-righteous anger is awesome, but this? Come on. This is Urabe. Give him a moment. We'll figure this out. Like making fun of Count Hogstein is fine, but when you start turning on other people, that's kind of weird.